Hey guys, my Lex are here and I'm back with another video. I just wanted to say real quick before the video starts, thank you to everyone who is watching these videos, who's subscribing, who's liking any of them. It really means a lot, honestly. Like, I just enjoy making content for you guys, and knowing that you guys enjoy what I'm putting out and you enjoy watching it, it means a lot to me. But you guys don't want to hear about my feelings and shit, so let's just get to the video. So I was only gone for a day and some people already decided to do some bullshit while I was gone. So I was just scrolling on Twitter, looking for an interesting video topic, slowly wasting my life away. And I came across this article which talked about a passenger on a Delta flight who hit a flight attendant. Honestly, this type of stuff isn't even new. Like, this been happening for a while now, at least that's what I feel like. Maybe not exactly this specific situation, but just dumb stuff people do on planes. Like, I remember a while back there was this woman who was being extremely rude to this flight attendant, talking down to her and all that, and then when that video got released to the public, the woman who was the passenger actually ended up losing her job. I'll try to find that video for you guys, and if I do, I'll play it on screen right now.
Your name, you may not have a job tomorrow. I want this lady.
Now the tables have turned on Susan Perez. She's been placed on leave during an investigation for throwing her weight around.
The governor.
I just realized that video and the one we're going to be talking about today both happened on Delta flights, which made me feel a bit bad for Delta, but it's also kind of funny. I mean, I don't know what it is, man, with people just wanting to do dumb shit on planes. Maybe something about the altitude like makes people more stupid. I couldn't tell you. Anyways, today we have another case of a dumbass on a plane, or at least I'm inclined to think that based on the article title, which is Delta passenger slaps flight attendant on plane. So I'll just play that video for you guys real quick.
Look at her face. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. No!
Wow. Well, now at 11, a flight attendant assaulted. The confrontation began with a pair of passengers refusing to buckle their seatbelts and put on their face masks on a Delta flight set to take off from Miami to Atlanta. Eyewitnesses say the flight attendant had already told the passenger to deplane for refusing to follow crew instructions when the female passenger suddenly slapped that flight attendant across the face. A number of other passengers capturing the incident on their cell phones. Security was called to deal with the assault and remove the passengers, and the flight ended up being delayed for more than 4 hours.
Yeah, so we got quite a bit to unpack here. First of all, the reasoning behind the slap was that the flight attendant was trying to get the passenger to wear a mask. Okay, hold on. So let me get this straight. A flight attendant was doing her job and enforcing the airline's policy that she was working for, and when a passenger violated those policies, she told him to stop and to put on a mask. In response, the passenger bitch slapped her in the aisle of the plane. Some human beings just truly confuse me, man. Like, they will be completely in the wrong, already off the deep end, and then they'll just continue to dig their grave even deeper. I mean, sometimes it almost gets to a point where it's just comical. It even says in the video that the flight attendant had already asked them to deplane before the whole debacle even took place, for seemingly the same reason of refusal to wear a mask. Okay, first question. So how did this couple even get on the plane in the first place? I'm not 100% sure because I haven't flown anywhere since the coronavirus hit, but don't you have to be wearing a mask inside the airport as well as on the plane? Because, with like everyone traveling, a bunch of people inside the same space, like it just seems like that would be the safe option. So how did these two imbeciles even get on the plane in the first place if they weren't wearing masks? Shouldn't they have been stopped before even being able to board the plane? I don't know. It just kind of seems weird that they were even allowed to board in the first place. Because like if they had already boarded the plane and then the flight attendant told them to get off, I don't understand like what they were doing wrong in the plane that they weren't doing wrong in the airport. Like, if they weren't wearing a mask in the plane, they probably weren't wearing one in the airport. So I just don't understand like why the restrictions only applied inside the airplane. Also, I just rewatched the clip again, and the woman's slap was low-key weak as fuck. Like, it was some patty cake shit. Like, she just gave that woman a light tap. I mean, obviously that's a good thing, don't get me wrong, because the weaker the slap probably means the less the flight attendant got hurt, and that's obviously good. But at that point, if you're that woman who is committing the slap, what more do you have to lose? You've already decided to slap a flight attendant in her noggin for no good reason, and you know that 20 passengers in that plane already have their phones up recording your ass, so you might as well just Mike Tyson that bitch. Because, either way, your ass is probably at least getting banned from using that airline service, with many, many more consequences along with that. I don't know, like, she already committed the crime, so why'd you kind of like pussy out of it? I don't get it. And that's another thing that I was thinking, like, why do people do retarded shit when they know people are recording them. Like, it's so obvious. If you just look around you, you can see at least 10 to 20 people just holding up their phones, anxious to record you, ready to incriminate you. I guess people get so caught up in the moment that they don't realize like what's happening around them, but honestly, you know that everyone has phones. Like, who doesn't? So that thought should always be in the back of your mind if you know you're about to do some stupid shit in public. In an airplane especially, everyone probably already has their phones out, like playing games or making a call or texting or something, or at least it's right in their pocket. So it's just kind of like, what the did you expect? But I think these types of people who do this type of shit either A, don't care at all, or B, are too dumb to even like think of that, because there have just been so many public freakouts posted to the internet and on YouTube. I mean, there's a whole subreddit just for that like specific type of video. So I just don't see how you would logically in your right mind do some stupid shit while everyone else around you records every little single thing you do. But honestly, it's for the better, because these people who get exposed are all pretty people, in all honesty, and that's coming from a guy who makes fun of people on the internet. Like, these idiots continue to do this stupid shit, and they will continue to get exposed and face major consequences, all while I get to roast them on YouTube. So it's kind of a win-win, I guess. I do also admit I kind of feel bad for the guy, like, of the couple, the one who didn't slap the flight attendant, even though he was still disobeying the policy, and he should definitely face consequences. He didn't actually assault or attack anyone. He was probably just thinking in his head, what the are you doing, bitch? Because now everyone is on them, and rightfully so, but for the actions of his girlfriend or wife or whatever she is. I mean, in all fairness, I guess the guy's probably not getting too much hate, at least compared to the girl, but still, people probably just like look negatively upon both of them. I guess let it be a message to all men: don't get with the crazy female who will slap a flight attendant when they tell them to simply follow the rules. Security even had to be called to escort them out of the flight, so on top of how embarrassing the situation already was, they had to be babysitted out of the flight by some cops. I mean, I guess it's not like they're worrying about their reputation or anything. That is already in shambles at this point. I just wonder what happens to these people after they do this type of stuff. Like, say they lose their job or whatever, like the woman I mentioned earlier, do they just move on and hope no one recognizes them in public? It just seems so weird to think that these people might just be walking around outside after pulling some clown shit like this. And one final thing, the video said that the flight got delayed for 4 hours because of the whole situation that went down. I just want to say, if I was on that flight, you have no idea how pissed I would be. Like, I just got through security, you know, all the bags are in and everything. You get on the flight, that whole process just takes a long time. You finally sit down, ready to depart, and then some couple slaps a flight attendant, causing you have to wait 4 hours of delay. And I mean, that's just me imagining what it would feel like to be on that flight, but it must have been such a shitty experience for anyone who was actually on that flight. Like, holy hell, flying already has enough delays and like inconveniences and and then imagine you finally get on the flight and some retards cause your flight to be delayed by 4 hours. God damn, that was probably a shitty day for everyone involved in that incident. I mean, the couple definitely deserved to have a shitty day after what they pulled, but everyone else involved, the flight attendants, the pilot, the passengers, they all had their day ruined by some clowns. So yeah, I guess the lesson to be learned in all this is don't do dumb shit. Like, just in general, especially on planes, because that shit has a tendency to go viral, so you probably shouldn't do that. And if you do, just know that you'll face consequences for your actions, and everyone who watched the video will probably be laughing at you. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This has been idiots pulling idiotic shenanigans on planes. When will they stop? No one knows. But yeah, make sure to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed, and I will catch all of you guys in the next one.